Good evening, welcome to the University of Worcester Arena, live with us here on the Worcester Wolves YouTube channel. It's the second game of a double header, which earlier this afternoon saw the Manchester Giants take down the Cheshire Phoenix 84-74 in that Northwest Derby game played down here in the Midlands for this double header afternoon. We turn our attention now to this round 6 BBL Championship game between the hometown Worcester Wolves and the visiting Glasgow Rocks. Glasgow make the long trip to Worcester with a 1-5 record that sees them propping up the bottom of the league, and Wolves just one spot above with 1 win from 4 played, and both teams with 3 losses in their last 3 games. Player coach for the Rocks, Gareth Murray, will definitely be looking for a quick start, and his top scorer, Isa Brandon, who is bagging 12.2 points a game, could prove a key piece of the puzzle for the Glasgow Rocks this afternoon, or this evening even. Rocks are a team peppered with BBL experience, particularly the player coach, Gareth Murray, Johnny Bunyan, and Julius Van Sowers, a former Wolves player, of course. So they are a team that definitely understand how to get the job done. As for Worcester Wolves, there is a significant added dimension to this game as all the imports have now arrived. Lamar Kimball, Brandon Anderson, KJ Lawson, and the man mountain that is Mike Parks Jr. have had a week or so to settle in and practice with the rest of the team, and it looks likely that Lamar Kimball will be starting for Wolves this afternoon. We'll have a quick run down those rosters in just a moment. When added to the roster, that sees Martin Bountneck hitting north of 27 a game, and Matthew Bryan Manning upwards of 14. All eyes will be on what impact that increased depth that coach Matt Newby now has at his disposal will make on this Wolves setup here this evening. Either way, this promises to be an explosive encounter, and now complete Worcester facing their first collective test could be a tantalising prospect. Can Glasgow snatch a win on the road, or will it be the Wolves who grind through the gears early and bag the 2 championship points from today's game? Well, we haven't got long to find out. 50 seconds. We'll quickly run you down the teams this afternoon, and starting for the Worcester Wolves, Lamar Kimball, as we said, Jordan Williams, KJ Lawson, Mika Elan, Matthew Bryan and Manning, so no fewer than 2 of those imports starting this afternoon. Mike Parks Jr., Brandon Anderson, Nathan Ramsdale and Tola Akiki, Matt Williamson and Henry Wilkins will be coming off the bench today for Worcester. For the Glasgow Rocks, it'll be Isa Brandon, David Mpondo, Julius Van Sowers, Fraser Malcolm and Boban Giacomi starting for Glasgow, with Kawadi, Delph, Murray, Hart and Mortimer all coming off the bench. And I don't know who marked this up, but there are 6 starters. So one of those might not quite be correct. But as you said in the run-up there, you know, it's an important game for Worcester this afternoon. They had some of the imports out when they played Plymouth last week. It was a big loss down there in Plymouth, but obviously the guys literally just stepped off the flight. All kinds of visa problems and all the various new immigration rules and so on, and Worcester unfortunately falling foul of some of that. There was some talk perhaps that maybe, you know, what with the COVID situation, it may be impossible for those guys to arrive. But credit to this club, they have got these players here and they are looking pumped up, as I'm sure you can see, for this game here. It's the first game out, not only on the home floor, but of course these guys have had a little bit of time now to work together, a couple of weeks training with the rest of their teammates now, bonding, getting together, and now it's time to put that out on the floor. As we all know, the key element here is the understanding between those players. So the fact that there are a couple of starters out there this afternoon, perhaps that's a bit of dimension. It's maybe Matt Newby shuffling the cards and throwing out those guys into the action early to see how they get on. Of course, no 6-man here at the arena. Normally it'd be packed with 2,000 plus, but obviously that's something that's not going to happen this afternoon because of all the COVID restrictions. And credit to the club here, who have done an amazing job in getting this place COVID secure and making sure everybody is socially distanced. And I'm transmitting to you from the car park, of course. No, I'm not. I made that bit up. But anyway, I am here on my own, and now the players will take the knee, as has become traditional around the league, all levels actually of the game. And it's a great thing to see that solidarity. And so we are pretty much ready to get underway. Jumped on me, jumping it up, Elan, but straight away Worcester going to work with Jordan Williams. He starts with that traditional baby hook. I think they hit a triple last time out here on their home floor, but Williams showing that statement of intent early. Matt Newby is going to want his team to pick something up. Gareth Murray, conversely, Now, player coach, obviously for Glasgow. It sounds like a truism to say they want to get something going early, which of course they certainly have, but it can't be understated really. You know, Glasgow and Wolves are propping up the two bottom places in the league. Early days, of course, as we said in the talk up there, that revitalised roster for Worcester. It'd be interesting to see how they cope with it. And obviously with the BBL experience of that man on the ball now, Matthew Bryner Manning, coming into play, you'd think that on paper Worcester will be feeling pretty good as they go up through the gears. So here come the Glasgow Rocks second offense of the game. Wolves getting their side of the scoreboard going early, and an early foul is called on see that one come up, and KJ Lawson, so his first foul in the game on his home floor. And that sends the Rocks to the line in the form of David Mpondo. David Mpondo makes no mistake with the first of those, so Mpondo to tie this one up early in this first quarter. Round 5 of the championship, long season, a long way to go. Very congested schedule this year as well, given the number of games that have had to be squeezed in with all the delays. Now it's NBA going to work. Bryner Manning just muscles his way to the hole. Did he get it off in time? Holding foul is the call. 2 shots. Well, it was he got the fortunate whistle there. It looked a little bit late, but he's going to go to the line. NBA for Wolves. NBA 73, nearly 74% shooter from the free throw line. Strings the first of those two. And Wolves, with that additional depth, could become a war of attrition. 2 really deep benches actually, and Julius Van Sauers returning. The man now just plucking the ball out from under the basket. Got his BBL start here, his first pro contract here at Worcester last season. Popular player and a great player in that position. He's a very versatile big when you need him, and a great guard when you need someone who can shoot the basketball. Strong on the boards. There's the Rocks wind up their side of the scoreboard once again. 1-point game, 8:03 to play. Williams feeds Mika Elan inside. Elan is going to go to the line for 2. Mika Elan impressed since he's been here in Worcester for certain. And it's another volume scorer for Worcester. And hits him from the line, 72%. And shrapnel from the stripe for him, and he strings the first of those 2. So Worcester looking to get something going early here. Conley has it now for Glasgow. So Pondo's driving all the way to the bucket. No good. Elan couldn't get his hands to it. Van Sauers has it now. And there's first long range 2, a sign of things to come from Christian Keeling. That's Williams for Wolves. Jordan Williams has been an absolute monster with his team so far this season. The ball is stripped away. Pondo loses the handle, loses his foot, and a foul is called. So that'll be Lamar Kimball. Picks up his first foul of the game. So 2 team fouls apiece early on in this first quarter. 7:15 to play. And the earlier game this afternoon really was a battle of the balls. Be interesting to just hold on to that thought. I think the rebounding percentages could be critical this afternoon. Here comes Glasgow again. Pick it out to Keeling in the corner for 3. Nails it. Left wide open for the shot, and he sinks that triple from distance. He's going to be a man to watch, Jordan Williams. Lawson over the top, beautiful finish from him. So Mpondo fouled Gareth Murray. The play caller now for the Glasgow Rocks. Here's some subs. Rocks, that's 3 team fouls on the board now. So Elan checks out. Brandon Anderson now gets his first look at the action on his new home floor here in Worcester. Conme checks out of the game for Glasgow. So there's Anderson, his first touch of the ball here at the arena. Brandon Anderson. Lob inside to Jordan Williams now. Jordan Williams backing down. He's going to work. Williams over the top. The baby hook rolls in off the back iron. Good work. 2-point game. That was a beautiful finish again. So both teams slugging it out pound for pound. Here comes Jordan Williams again. He's being bundled out of it. And there's the first triple from Brandon Anderson for Worcester. Is that a sign of things to come? Could it become the Anderson Keeling show from downtown? Beautiful feed for the flush. Glasgow say no. Here come Wolves again. Anderson, this time he feeds Williams inside. Williams with the spin, just loses his foot and he goes to Brian Manning. 2 on the shot clock, got to get a shot away here. No good, Van Sowers just picks it off the ironwork. So Mpondo now for Glasgow. Ronald Delph just looking for the ball. It's been turned over. Wolves with the slenderest of leads here, 4:45 to play in this first quarter. Both teams still just feeling each other out. No established run. This time Anderson for threes, hit another one, 2 from 2. Brandon Anderson. It's going to be a man to watch for sure. Triple rims out. Jordan Williams doesn't go. So Lamar Kimball on the baseline. Jordan Williams looking for a win. NBA just steps out to avoid that 3-second violation this time. Big man shoots the triple. Good from Jordan Williams. Glasgow come up with it. Keeling this time zips it in at the free throw line. Almost a finish that went nowhere from Delph. This time, NBA is going to go on the line. Four points the lead. So through Brian Manning to try and give Worcester a 5-point cushion in this game, and he duly delivers NBA 7 personal for him so far in the game, and Gareth Murray has seen enough. Looked like he was going to call it and then didn't. So Keeling on the inbounds ball for Glasgow. Comes Keeling again. At the elbow, kicks it out for the triple again. It rims out. Here come Wolves again. This time they kick it out into the corner. That triple doesn't go. Lamar Kimball, stop and go, pulls up at the elbow. He's got a hell of a vertical on him. That's a Brandon top scorer this season so far. A nice finish from him. Rocks back within 3. So it's going to be Anderson on the line. 6 in the game for Anderson. So he's firing early. Keeling 6 at the other end for Glasgow. So joint top scorers in this game. Brandon Anderson on the line for Worcester. Sinks the first of those 2. Good shape to his shot, Brandon Anderson. .229 now to play in this first quarter, and Glasgow already in the bonus, of course, so they're on the line every time. And Anderson sinks both of those. Subs now. Henry Wilkins checks into the game, and Lawson takes a breather. Mark Kimball. I think the referees have agreed what they're doing. So we're away. Here comes Keeling once again. Keeling. Malcolm, the long range 3, no good. Mike Parks Jr. now. It's checked in. Much talked about Mike Parks Jr. before he came here to Worcester. Big man, something of a monster in the paint, and there was definitely a lot of chatter about his arrival. But, early days, Coach Matt Newby pretty unhappy with that call, but it is going to be a Glasgow ball from the sideline. Keeling on the inbounds. Johnny Bunyan now. He's checked into the game for Malcolm. Experienced player, I think it's fair to say a veteran, particularly of this Glasgow Rocks team, Johnny Bunyan. He's been there. That was a beautiful dish inside, a great work move, but on the way up, the foul came. I was about to say Johnny Bunyan on the roster when Worcester won their first piece of silverware, or glassware as was, the first time they won the trophy up there at the Emirates Arena in Glasgow. I remember very well Johnny Bunyan making a great contribution in that game. So he's a man who understands this league and the vagaries of referees and calls and all the rest of it. In times, Delph just cannot finish with the second of those 2. So Wolves have 4-point lead. Henry Wilkins now. Wilkins. Oh my goodness me. Anderson hits another one from deep. Keep an eye on that stat line as we go through. We said it was going to be fireworks this afternoon. This time it's Keeling, pops up for a long range two, no good. Anderson can't hang on to the rebound. Jordan Williams has picked it up. Lamar Kimball now, nerfed out of it. Blocking foul is called on Delph, so it's going to send Kimball straight to the line with 57.5 to play. Gareth Murray will be unhappy with that, but subs coming. Ponce Jr. checks out, NBA checks back in. So Delph takes a breather, and Julius Van Sowers is back in the game. Brandon Anderson now already bagged 11 points, and Lamar Kimball is on the line. Drains it, and Wolves Tola Akiki now checked in. Phenomenal impact guard for Wolves. Van Sowers with the dish, back to Van Sowers off the window, nice finish. Akiki, NBA Williams. Williams at the top, Quady in his way. Brandon Anderson puts up the three, no good, ball's gone loose. Glasgow managed to hang on to it. Van Sowers hands it off to Johnny Bunyan. Time up to go inside to Quady, and Quady is going to be called for the foul. Offensive foul, pushes the call from the referee, so Worcester out to a 7-point lead, 8.8 seconds to go in the quarter. So it's the last gasp for Wolves in the first quarter. They kick it out to Wilkins. Williams right on the buzzer, drains the triple, goodness me! Jordan Williams, just about in bounds, was looking at his heel as the ball went up. Great finish to that first quarter from Worcester. Matt Newby shuffling the deck in that quarter. Brandon Anderson is leading all scorers in the game with 11. Matthew Bryner Manning with 7, and Jordan Williams with 6. And it's Keeling on 6, Delph, and Jack Donmy with 4 for Glasgow, leading the scorers. I said it'll be interesting. It's probably early for the evolution of the boards right now, but certainly it's one that we need to keep an eye on. But certainly this Wolves roster is looking to have an added dimension, and lots of news up here at Wolves this week. Of course, there's a big announcement today. G-Tech, or maybe it was yesterday, I can't remember. But anyway, G-Tech are now the headline sponsor once again for the Worcester Wolves for this season. So hats off to them. Great supporters of this club and this organisation as things have evolved over the last few years. And of course, no club would be anything without its sponsors. And up here, of course, G-Tech, as we know, the University of Worcester, in whose magnificent facility we reside up here. Universal Display and Aston's coaches. You've got to get somewhere. You're going to need a bus to get there. Spirit Executive, of course, Something Party, DC Base, and Broom Hill Care, which perhaps is where Chris would normally be with me, is. I don't know if he's gone. He's being looked after somewhere. I think it might be somewhere sunny. We're not sure, but we'll certainly find out. And of course, Martin Boutneck, which was announced 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now, sponsored by Bar 23 up here in Worcester. So teams taking back to the floor for the second quarter. Wolves 29, Glasgow Rocks 20, and yeah, it's been a pretty good opening, and you'll see on your screen there, you know, when you see those percentages just edging it. But 2-point range, Glasgow 9 from 11, Wolves 6 from 8, and it's that 3 from 6 from downtown at 50%, which has made the difference for Worcester. So there's the 9 points difference in this game. So The outside game working for them, of course. Live by the three, die by the three, and we shouldn't be assuming anything at the start of the second quarter for either team, because obviously these things, as we know, they can pivot round on the sixpence, no pun intended. Some of the referees just waiting for the signal now from the table to get back underway for the second quarter of this ball game. It's round 6 of the BBL Championship, and other games that are happening tonight. As we said, Manchester took down Cheshire, I beg your pardon, earlier, 84-74, and London Lions are hosting the Newcastle Eagles, and there's a clash and a half for sure, and London Lions are leading that one 31 points to 22, and 9:21 to play in the second quarter in that game. So back underway here in Worcester. Off the bottom of the bucket, and that's going to be Jordan Williams who picks up that foul there. Well, he looked for the foul, he didn't actually get it. NBA has picked that one up, so Matthew Bryan Manning with his first foul of the game. In the meantime, Keeling sinks the first of those two for Glasgow. So Keeling doesn't connect with the second. So 8 points it remains. Mika Elan now. To Anderson, inside to NBA. Elan has run the perimeter, nails another triple for Worcester, and they're finding the outside game today, the Wolves, for sure. Van Sowers now Keeling. Quady drives inside off the glass, can't get it to go, it's out of bounds, and that's going to be a Wolves ball, and Gareth Murray has decided it's time to step in and steady the ship. So Keeling is going to take a breather, and Gareth Murray a fantastic servant of the Glasgow Rocks organisation over so many years. Anderson, Wilkins is left wide open. Henry Wilkins is in the house, and he came to play. Another triple, Johnny Bunyan. Mr. Van Sowers. Van Sowers doesn't go. He gets interrupted in the shot. This time Van Sowers picks it off. He goes to Murray, off the glass, no good. Quady's there to pick up the afters. 12-point lead now for Worcester. Wilkins is directing the traffic. They go to Brandon Anderson. Brandon Anderson is at the top. NBA drops in off the pick and roll, but Anderson is just going to go all the way in. He's blocked. It was all ball. Anderson's hit the deck. Murray with a beautiful dish. Nice of Brandon with the finish. Comes Elan again, Elan, he goes inside to NBA. This time NBA is going to work. Just unweaves himself from the affections of Julius Van Sowers. Great veteran play from Matthew Bryan Manning. Here comes Quady again, pulls up, maybe got away with the travel there, but he finds 2 points off the window with 7:22 to play. It's a 10-point game here in Worcester. Now, Henry Wilkins, and the time is draining away quickly in this game. It seems it's being played, I should say, at a ferocious pace. Wilkins, Elan. Wilkins. Airballs the triple. Excuse me. So Glasgow Rocks ball from the end line. Subs now for Worcester. As Henry Wilkins checks out of the game. And Lawson, KJ Lawson, one of the new imports, checks back in for Worcester. Johnny Bunyan, mean times, gets us over the timeline. Van Sowers. Nice of Brandon, drives inside, nice finish from him, Brandon. 6 points on the board for Isa Brandon. Kimball, Williams, inside to NBA this time backing down. He can do some damage down there for sure. High off the glass, no good. Bunyan plucks down the rebound. They go to Kwame. This time it's Van Sowers, back to Kwame. Little dish, Van Sowers. You sense could have gone all the way there, he didn't, and they've coughed up those 2 points. The Wolves have the ball. And NBA off the dish from Kimball finds another 2 for Worcester. Johnny Bunyan now for Glasgow. Van Sowers, Murray, back to Bunyan at the top. Bunyan, a little shake and bake from downtown. They can't get that outside game going, Glasgow. Struggling from behind the arc. Oh, what a beautiful pass! Goodness me! Lawson did the damage with the assist of the game so far for sure. And with that, Worcester out to a lead 41-29. There's 5:45 to play in the second quarter of this round 6 BBL Championship game. It was a beautiful pass to find Jordan Williams, and the most patient of finishes from him. And we know one thing about Matt Newby is that he likes to avoid the showboating, focus on the score and do the simple stuff. And so far, so good. Worcester really hitting it from downtown. They're getting some good numbers from behind the arc. And certainly that assist was something quite extraordinary, really. Glasgow looking to buckle up on their defence. They've got a long way to go in this game. Of course, as we saw in the previous game here this afternoon, I think it was 15 at one stage, and the Knicks getting themselves right back in that to 2 points. Not getting their noses in front, but you sense with Glasgow, there's plenty of firepower on this team and lots of experience. And particularly in the form of those 3 guys we talked about in the run-up, Johnny Bunyan, Julius Van Sowers and Gareth Murray, all 3 of them on the court as we speak. And it'll be Van Sowers to Bunyan on this inbounds ball to get us back underway with 5:43 to play in the second quarter of this ball game. So Gareth Murray now, Murray. That was a great dish inside, but it's been picked off once again. Lawson goes to Williams. Lamar Kimball is dancing around the perimeter. Williams is making a bit of space. It's been picked off, and the foul is called. So Gareth Murray, with his first foul of the game, player coach for the Glasgow Rocks, Gareth Murray. Lawson and another foul there on Julius Van Sowers. That's a flawed Elan in the contact. So 2 quick fouls for Glasgow. End-line ball for Wolves. There'll be a 14 reset on the shot clock. Julius Van Sowers takes a breather. For Glasgow, and Pondo checks back into the game. Kimball. This time he goes into KJ Lawson. Lawson just looking for the space. It was a no-look shot from Lawson. He finds the 2 points. What a finish. Worcester making an impact on this game right now. 12 on the shot clock. We go out to Johnny Bunyan in the corner. It's a good defensive stand from Worcester. Bunyan got to find his way through. He's clattered in the contact. It's picked off once again by KJ Lawson. He goes to Mika Elan. Elan this time opts to go all the way. Stop and pop 2 from him. No good. Plucked off the ironwork And NBA again is flawed in that contact. Isa Brandon now for Worcester. Brandon dishes it inside. Beautiful finish. Glasgow are going nowhere, that is for sure. Quaidy, big presence in the low block for the Rocks. Wolves patient in their build-up. 16 on the shot clock. NBA using his feet. Oh my word, what a finish from Matthew Bryan Manning. Trademark stuff from him. Now it's Isa Brandon. It's the Brandon Elan show. They kick it out to Gareth Murray. And Pondo at the top. 10 on the shot clock now on Pondo. He's got to find his way through Lawson. Lawson is going to pick up a foul. And that'll be Lawson's second foul of the game. And timeout called by coach Matt Newby. And well, it was an explosive passage of play with 3:35 to go. Unsurprising really, KJ Lawson picking up that second foul, but he's done great work in interrupting the passing lanes, getting his hands in, and just finding a way and getting a fingertip to the rock. And it's those little details that at the moment are making the difference for Worcester. It's a 14-point game so far. Gareth Murray is, I think he might be saying more of the same, because Glasgow finding another gear. They go into Brandon, and Brandon obviously top scorer for them. And Quaidy doing a great job inside. But leading scorers for Glasgow, Keeling on 7, of course, hasn't really featured much in this second quarter. Keeling is on 3 fouls, if I'm not mistaken. No, Keeling is on no fouls. There you go. Don't listen to me, dear viewer. Don't know where I got 3 fouls from. Never mind. My glasses are obviously not functioning correctly tonight. And Isa Brandon on 6 and Quaidy on 6 as well. But, so, leading all scorers in the game so far, Matthew Bryan Manning and Brandon Anderson, 13 and 11 respectively for them. Jordan Williams predictably doing a job in the paint. 8 points so far for his efforts this evening. Meanwhile, Pondo hits the first of those 2 from the line, and he sets for the second. Pondo makes no mistake, strings both of them, so Glasgow just chipping away now at that Wolves lead. Anderson for Worcester, bit of a stop and go, and Pondo doing a great job of disrupting him over the timeline. Here comes, that was a great pass inside to find Bryan Manning. Bryan Manning can't finish, not enough on it, and they've picked it up, and it's Pondo now in transition. Throws the ball out of bounds. He was looking for the foul, and NBA is saying, not on my watch. And it's going to be a Wolves ball from the end line. So subs coming now, and it's that man who does not have 3 fouls, which is Kimball checking back into the game. So I repeat, he does not have any fouls, so please don't panic. All our chums up in Glasgow, and you're all very welcome, of course, on the stream with us down here in Worcester today. So Williams now, Matthew Bryan Manning at the top. Bryan Manning has got the attention of Julius Van South to worry about. So Keeling goes to Bunyan. Bunyan jacks up the triple this time, too much on it. Jordan Williams just manages to keep his feet in bounds off that rebound. Wolves really quick in transition here. Spin move doesn't go from Anderson. Here's Keeling once again, can't get it to go. Somebody put a lid on the bucket at the other end. Another triple, no good this time. Keeling picks it off again, Rocks in transition. And this time they find the afters. Van Sowers just tips it in for 2. 10 points. 2 minutes to go, so Rocks now eyeing those single digits. They need a stop here, Glasgow. NBA He's backing down on Van Sowers, puts it up high off the glass, and it's a real trademark move from him. The spin and the gentlest of touches off the window to find those 2 points. Meantime, we're going outside to Johnny Bunyan. Bunyan just kicks it inside. And this time it's out to Murray for 3, no good. NBA picks it off. And another foul is called. A lot of contact there on Brandon Anderson. So Murray returns to the bench. Malcolm checks back in. Fraser Malcolm, that homegrown talent. KJ Lawson just waiting for that sideline ball. 1:22 to play. Wolves lead here 47-35. 3 team fouls on the board now for the Rocks, 2 for Wolves in the second quarter. NBA once again goes right, goes left. There comes a spin off the window. It's such a trademark for Matthew Bryan Manning. He just does it again and again and again. And it's almost impossible to defend. It puts you in mind of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the skyhook. It's one of those undefendable shots. If you've got even the slightest mismatch, once he puts it up off the window like that, the spin creates the space. It's such a great move, so effective for Matthew Bryan Manning. And he really is punishing them now. He's 17 points so far for him. Keeling now for Glasgow. Keeling, again, he looked at it, kicks it out. The 3 attempt doesn't go. Lamar Kimball has it. KJ Lawson and Anderson spotting up. He opts to go route 1 to the bucket from downtown. It doesn't go. Johnny Bunyan picks it up. It's 14 points the lead now for Worcester. That was a nicely worked move. They're trying to get this triple away, but Keeling, he dances inside. This time they kick it out. Van Sowers, head fake, back out to Johnny Bunyan. 7 on the shot clock. Worcester defending for all their worth here. Van Sowers, oh, he's blocked! NBA pops it out of bounds. What a great defensive stand from the Wolves. 1 second on the shot clock on this inbounds ball. Fraser Malcolm on the inbounds. He gets the shot away, but it's no good. So 10 seconds now remain in the quarter. Oh my goodness me, that 3 attempt doesn't go. 5 seconds to play now. It's been stripped away once again. This time Anderson for 3, doesn't go, it rims out. And with that, we are at the end of the second quarter. Worcester Wolves leading here by 49 points to 35. Matthew Bryan Manning leading all scorers in the game so far, 17 points. Brandon Anderson not too far behind with 11, and Jordan Williams on 8. Keeling, Brandon and Quady 7, 6 and 6 apiece. You can't help thinking Gareth Murray's going to be looking for a little bit more from his volume scorers in the second half of this ball game, but all to play for. And we are all set up for a fantastic third quarter. Don't go away, whatever you do. Join us back here in about 12 minutes' time. We'll bring you the second half live and in full. Whatever you do, don't go away. Welcome back to the University of Worcester Arena. You're live with us here on the Worcester Wolves YouTube channel for this round 6 BBL Championship game between the hometown Worcester Wolves and the visiting Glasgow Rocks. Long road trip for Glasgow down here, and so far Wolves really have got the edge in this particular tug of war. 49-35, Worcester have gone in at the break, and with Matthew Bryan and Manning leading all scorers, and Brandon Anderson, one of the new American imports, putting up 11 points, and Jordan Williams 8, and doing a great job in the paint. Worcester really finding their stride early in this game. Glasgow struggling in parts, finding a little bit of spark here and there. Julius Van Sowers putting up 4, Quady putting up 6, and Keeling putting up 7. So really not what you would call volume scores, but we've got half of this game still to go, and there's been a bit of a battle of the boards going on for sure, and that has been edged by Glasgow Rocks. 20 rebounds so far from them, play 17 at the offensive rebound count of 5 for Glasgow versus 1 for Wolves. Shows really which end of the floor the Wolves perhaps are focusing on in tonight's game. So we're about to get back underway as the last formality bits and pieces are completed. And not too much on the board in terms of foul count so far in that first half to give any headache to either of the coaches. That's for certain. In fact, only 3 players so far in this game carrying a couple of fouls, but all to play for here. 49 plays 35, so 14 points is the difference between these two teams, and it's going to be Mika Elan on the inbounds ball. He's going to get us back underway any moment now, and as we wait with bated breath for a signal, and see a former Glasgow Rock and a rock of British basketball in the house, so we'll see if you can guess who that is in the next few minutes. No prizes, just for a bit of fun. And well, Matthew Bryan Manning seems to be looking to remove one of the baskets, but I think we're about to get back underway here in Worcester. Second game of a double header this afternoon. We saw the Manchester Giants take down the Cheshire Phoenix earlier today in a really thrilling encounter, and this one hasn't disappointed either. So for the diehards, it's been a great day of sport for sure. Elan now for Worcester, getting us back underway. Williams just got a hand to the ball, and it's gone out of bounds. So back underway we go, and Mpondo, Quady I should say, to Mpondo on that inbounds ball for Glasgow. So Wolves now defending 14 points. Quady, Mpondo goes in. Keeling, what a great finish from him. Bit of a tangle on the floor. So Donmy finding himself floored in that contact. But here come Wolves again. Williams. AJ Lawson Kimball feeds Elan down low. Long range 2 from Elan. He's dead eye from distance, Mika Elan. And he did some serious damage in a couple of the recent games from downtown. Wolves ultimately not getting those over the line, but he showed the potential of what he can do. Chipped on me this time, and Pondo's driving inside. Matthew Bryan Manning just picks it out of his hands. Elan to Williams, to a Manning. Elan goes around the corner, high off the glass, Mika Elan. That's a great finish from the young man from California. Pondo now for Glasgow. Keeling goes to Fraser Malcolm. Just outside the perimeter. Great feed inside! And a great finish. Jack Donmy really used his body well there. Elan just about avoiding a backcourt there, hands it off to Williams. Worcester just need to regroup a bit here. This time Williams drives in high off the glass. And what a look for all the world as if that was out of bounds. William took the advertising hoarding with him. Again, they get their pocket picked, and Jordan Williams with the throwdown. Worcester firing on all cylinders here. 39 plays, 55, 7:13 to play in the quarter, and part of the arena being reassembled after it was taken to bits by Jordan Williams. I think he needed a cameraman with him as well, but anyway. So here come the Rocks again, Keeling. To Brandon, little step back to create some space, can't get it up high off the window. Great work from Jack Donmy. Again, it's going to be 8 points for him. That'll push him up that leaderboard. Keeling still leading with 9 there, so that'll place him second in the leaders so far in this game. The foul. Donmy on the line. And he's going to own these the old-fashioned way. Whistle had gone, so no good. Elan for Worcester. Goes to NBA at the top. Lamar Kimball. Oh, what a beautiful dish inside. It was a great feed from Lamar Kimball to find Jordan Williams. Great link-up play between these two guys so far tonight. Keeling, stop and pop 2 from him. Keeps the Glasgow side ticking over. Matt Newby indicating subs coming for Worcester. And so first foul of the game, Lamar Kimball. Elan's going to take a seat. He's putting in a real effort. Mika Elan. 8 points for him. So Lamar Kimball. Brandon Anderson checked into the game. NBA now. Hands off to Kimball. Kimball just creating space wherever he goes. Extraordinary. Puts me in mind of Cortez Edwards when he was here at Worcester. He had that explosive pace, and Lamar Kimball seems to be cut from a similar type of cloth. So subs again as KJ Lawson takes a breather, and Wilkins steps back onto the court. Henry Wilkins, who came to Worcester from the Scorchers last season, and seems to be settling in to this team, enjoying his time here for sure. So Brandon, Kimball, I beg your pardon, doesn't hit the first of those. Lamar Kimball. Foul called. It's going to be, I think, on Jordan Williams. Yeah. So Williams with the second foul of the game. Second foul of the quarter. So 2 apiece on the scoreboard right now. 5:54 to play in the third here in Worcester. Keeling struggling from the line. Jordan Williams for Wolves, goes to Lamar Kimball once again, drives inside, and draws the foul. And he says I was shooting. The referee agrees, so he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And yeah, Fraser Malcolm wasn't happy with that call. I think as far as he was concerned, there was no way that ball was being shot, but it was all arms and legs, and the referee has decided that Lamar Kimball is going to the line. Good work. So Kimball sets for the second. Doesn't make it. Here comes Isa Brandon for Glasgow. Goes to dish it in down low, to bounce it inside. He can't finish. It's gone loose again. This time, however, Jack Donmy's there to pick up the rubble and find the 2 points. Watch just finding a little bit of something. But Worcester finding a little bit of something more, and it's that man again, Lamar Kimball. Keep an eye on him. 6 points for him in the game now. And travel, no, pushing foul is cool. I thought he travelled with it there. Well, referee's all over it. So, Lamar Kimball, he probably picked that up. He's saying, don't worry, don't worry. Mike Parks Jr., the Mountain. He's a big guy. He's got his own postcode. 4:42 to play now. 61 plays 46. Worcester at the moment certainly in control of the game. There's Mike Parks now doing what he likes to do best. That was a beautiful finish. Jack Donmy. 12 points for him in the game with that one. So he's toppermost of the poppermost for the Glasgow Rocks right now in terms of points. Brandon Anderson is blocked by Isa Brandon, and he fouls. So first foul of the game for him. Probably a smart foul in a way, but puts Wolves on 4 with 4:07 to play. Never a comfortable place to be. One more and you're in the bonus. Certainly they come again. Isa Brandon. Isa Brandon this time he's backing down, goes over the top. It's a good finish. So 11 points the lead now. Glasgow starting to chip away at this Worcester advantage. As we said, they're not going to go anywhere. Side of Jordan Williams. He's going to work on Quady. Puts it up over the top. Quady whistled for the foul. And with that, Quady is on 3 fouls. And Murray, Gareth Murray, with not that many options down low to do the damage. Quady, key player for him, key part of that rotation. But 3 for him, and indeed he's leaving him in for the time being. Jordan Williams on the line for Worcester. 3:36 to play. He sinks the first. So this will make it a 13-point game. Isa Brandon just dumps it off. The shot's no good. Isa Brandon collects the rubble, and Henry Wilkins collects the ball, and it's 5-on-3 here. They've got numbers, Worcester. They go into Kimball, he kicks it out, puts it cross court, but it's picked off. Isa Brandon, he's fouled. Wolves should have done something better with that. They had numbers and position. Subs coming, Mika Reland. Looks like he's getting ready to come back on. Indeed, subs are here, as is Johnny Bunyan. That's a good sub, I think, from Gareth Murray. Bit of debate as to who's going to come out. So Lamar Kimball, he's put a hell of an effort in. They're going to wait for Isa Brandon to take these 2 shots. He doesn't make the first of those 2. So with that foul, Wolves have saved 1. But Isa Brandon, he ices the second of those. Johnny Bunyan, in fact, Brandon's going to take a breather. So Brandon only on 1 foul. And it's Johnny Bunyan who's checked in his stead. Lamar Kimball now. Given away. Anderson's lost the ball. Foul is called. Keeling. He seems to have Wilkins all over him. I'm assuming that's going to go to Wilkins, that foul. Yeah, indeed it does. First foul of the game, actually, for Henry Wilkins, so nothing too much, again, for them to be too concerned about. But, Wilkins contributing to the team. Worcester only really with 1 injury issue at the moment. Josh McSwiggan not suited up tonight either. The former GB under-21 player. I don't know if that's presumably perhaps a tweak picked up in training. And Johnson Thompson, of course, after that really bad ankle injury down in Surrey that he picked up. But subs again for the Glasgow Rocks. So Darth and Jack Donnelly back into the game. So Wolves now, it's an 11-point game. It's a slender lead at this stage in the game. Williams backing down, and he picks up the foul, and that's going to be on Jack Donnelly. And if it is, then Jack Donnelly, I think, has picked up 3, if I'm very much mistaken. Unless I'm very much mistaken, he has indeed. So Jack Donnelly on 3 fouls now. As is Quady. Donnelly been very productive for Glasgow this afternoon. 12 points so far, 5 boards for him. But here come the Rocks again with Johnny Bunyan. Bunyan into Brandon. Brandon, he's backing down now on Elan, and foul is called. Well, that could be on Elan or Parks Jr. actually. No basket is the call, and that is going to be on Mika Elan. So Mika Elan picks up his first foul of the game. And Gareth Murray just having a bit of a conference with Jack Donnelly. It might be a keep yourself out of trouble conference, looking at that foul count and heading into the 4th quarter in 2 minutes and shrapnel. Isa Brandon on the line. Hits the first. 2 from 3. He's gone down. He seems okay. So 12 is the lead right now. It's not huge by any means. Elan goes to go into Williams, and the whistle has gone. And Jack Donnelly, I think Gareth Murray may well have said to him, just don't foul. We need you, because he is scoring at the moment freely. And he's picked up number 4 with that. So, yeah, that's going to be a paracetamol moment for Coach Gareth Murray, I suspect. Now, Jordan Williams is on the line. Both teams in the bonus with 2:05 to go. So, expect to see the scoreboard ticking and the clock going a little bit, ticking perhaps a little bit more slowly. That wipes his feet on the way in, but he finds both of them. So the lead is out to 14. Picture perfect, 100% from the line, as you can see there from Jordan Williams so far this evening. 18 points for him in the game. And there he is again to pick that off the ironwork. Look at Elan. Williams, he's backing down. Crady can't afford to foul. It's swatted away by Jack Donmy. And one, count those two. So Henry Wilkins picks up his second of the game. Subs coming now. So Quady back in for Glasgow. Jack Donmy has done a great job. He's carrying 4 fouls now. Makes the third, so hits a 3-point play. The lead is back down to 11. Glasgow just need to get this into single digits now. You need a stop here. Look at Elan. Brian Manning, Mike Parks is just eyeing up the ball. NBA. He stripped it away. Jump ball, says the referee. The arrow points the way of the Glasgow Rocks. So Glasgow possession. Wolves retrenched to their defence. Elan is playing this full court now. Brandon goes to Keeling. Stop and pop 2 from Keeling. No good. Good ball from Mike Parks Jr. Wilkins to Elan. Elan just loses the handle on the ball. Glasgow come up with it, and here comes Johnny Bunyan. He goes down to Keeling. He's got time, he's got space. But Elan is all over him this time. He has a look at the triple. Keeling, no good. Too short. So ball out of bounds. 19 seconds. Shot clock is turned off. Wolves leading here 67 points to 56. 11-point ball game. Inside to NBA once again. Now does he spin? Does he deliver the same punishment from the other end? He doesn't. He floats it over the top. Well, it was everything but the backboard really that time for NBA. And with that, Worcester go in at the end of the third quarter, 69 points to 56 ahead. And that man, Matthew Brian Manning, has bagged 19 points so far in this game. Keeling top scoring for the Glasgow Rocks at 16, and it has been an amazing defensive stand really from Worcester so far in this game. Fouls all over the place. Couple of players now for Rocks carrying 4, and that's going to be giving Gareth Murray, I would suggest, something of a headache. If I didn't know better. Of course, there are other games. Well, there's another game going on around the league tonight, and it's, of course, the London Lions and the Newcastle Eagles. That is a top of the table ding-dong there. 1 minute and 21 to play there in the third quarter of that particular ball game, and the London Lions are leading that one 81 points to 63. Cheshire Phoenix were here earlier on, and they took down Manchester 74 points to 84. It was a thrilling game. If you had a chance to look back at that game, I would really recommend you do it. Cheshire really looked dead and buried halfway through the second quarter, but somehow they just went up through the gears in that game, got themselves to within 2 points. And although they never got their noses over the line, there wasn't a point in that game from that second quarter. It didn't look like they could win it. So it was a terrific game here this afternoon. But now, obviously, all eyes on Worcester and Glasgow, who are battling it out here in this round 6 BBL Championship game. Glasgow only 1 win to their name so far in the league this season. Similar for Worcester. So those 2 points really, really important. There's a big scrap there at the bottom of the table between all those teams on between 2 and 6 points. So really the table could look very, very different come the end of this weekend. Certainly in the lower to mid ranks for sure. So now, of course, everything counts. But as we said in the talk-ups tonight, it's very interesting. Worcester coming in, first game on their floor with all of the imports in place, with them having had a couple of weeks. It certainly looks like there's a step up in performance. You've only got to look at the way they've been shooting the ball. 56 from the field, 63 plays 55 from 2, 0 from 8 from downtown for Glasgow tonight. 5 from 13, that's 38% for Worcester. So that outside game really working for them, and that 9-point gap at half-time, the difference there really were those 3 triples early on. So not at half, but at the end of the first quarter, I beg your pardon. So with those 3 triples, but Glasgow not fancying the 3 right now, and not doing very much from behind the arc. But we'll see. It's a long way to go in this game. As ever, we're just waiting for the final formalities to be completed and the referee to blow his whistle, and away we go. So back underway now. Lamar Kimball on that inbounds ball to Brandon Anderson. Anderson, these recently arrived players, KJ Lawson, are all getting a run out the site this evening for sure. In fact, they're all in. Mike Potts Jr. is inside. Goodness me, and they open with a triple. Brandon Anderson hits another one from behind the arc, and suddenly Worcester are looking like a formidable outfit. Quady puts up the triple, doesn't go. Delph can't find it to drop. And Worcester come up with a stop. Wilson, Mike Parks Jr. MPA directed the traffic. Got Anderson at the top. Foul is called straight away, and that's going to be on Isa Brandon, I think. In fact, it is on Brandon. So second foul of the game for him. First of the quarter, of course, for Glasgow Rocks. So Wilson inbounds Mike Parks Jr. Five on the shot clock here. Anderson's got to get a shot away. Gets it right at the end of the shot clock. Doesn't go. Too much on it. That was a good dish to Brandon Anderson. Or Isa Brandon, I beg your pardon. We've got a lot of Brandons going on. It was a good finish. We've got no foul. NBA. Parks seems to have come alive. Anderson feeds it inside to NBA. Here he goes again. Spins, finds the foul. What a veteran move from him. He goes to the line. He always looks slightly beaten up when he comes out of those plays. I think it's just the way he moves. But he seems to be enjoying the basketball down here at Worcester. He was brought in, of course, on a temporary contract to cover for the lack of imports in the early part of the season, so maybe he's decided to hang around a little bit longer. NBA strings the first of those. Hits the second. So Worcester just put it away. 16 it is. Oh my goodness me! Out of nowhere. Glasgow needed that. Mike Parks had the ball, and obviously came off a Glasgow hand, so Gareth Murray was calling the referee's call, but Worcester have it. And that triple just shaved the lead down to 13 points. Lamar Kimball drives inside, and this time he's called for the offensive foul So that's the first foul of the game for Wolves in this quarter. First foul of the quarter, I beg your pardon, this for Wolves. And second foul of the game for Lamar Kimball. Mike Parks Jr. checks out. And Jordan Williams checks back in. Meanwhile, Johnny Bunyan it's a great dish inside. Off with the finish. 7:18 to play now in the ball game. Worcester with an 11-point lead. So this one really could go right down the stretch, folks. It looks like. Lamar Kimball. Once again, Anderson. Head fake, stop and go. Puts it up, he's on the floor. And so it's going to be an end line ball. And Lamar Kimball on the inbound, so Isa Brandon. Johnny Bunyan there, he's directing the traffic for Glasgow. End of the shot clock, doesn't go, and Glasgow come up with it. It's an 11-point game, it's a slim lead, 6:25 to play, still in this ball game. Great work from Delph to find the two, and now Glasgow have their single digits. Now it's a test of composure for these young players, and they lost. Well, I thought it had come off the hand of Anderson. The referee said no, but timeout called. Worcester Wolves, not surprising really. They really let slip much of that lead there. But great effort all round from Glasgow. Good defensive stand and some good offensive play, much better from the Rocks. And hunting out those stops when they needed them and punishing the mistakes. And Gareth Murray there screaming at the team, and he knows it, absolutely. Matt Newby appears, certainly from where we're sitting, a little more sanguine. He seems to be sort of discussing the pointless fouls. He's looking at the board and seeing that light up with 6:35 to play in a 9-point ball game. It's not as if you've got a great deal of time to make stuff happen. You've got to keep winding and ticking over that side of the scoreboard. So far, it's NBA who leads everyone in this game with 21 points. Matthew Bryan Manning, 5 boards from him. Uncharacteristically, he's a big rebounding player, but hasn't picked up those boards to that extent so far tonight. Keeling with 16, Isa Brandon with 12, and Jack Donme on 12 for Glasgow. So certainly Glasgow are going to be feeling confident now. It's going to be a test of stamina, not so deep on the bench, Glasgow, and but that veteran play. You can see that as Johnny Bunyan is directing the traffic in the paint. So here comes Lamar Kimball once again for Worcester. Just creates some space, jacks up that triple, doesn't get it to go. Delph drives inside. It started well, perhaps didn't end so well. NBA, he's got a wingspan like a jumbo jet. Oh, it was a beautiful feed again inside. NBA just couldn't hang on to it. Delph can't hold on to it, but this time Isa Brandon has picked it up. 12, long range 2. "13 is the lead. Again, Lamar Kimball. Seems to be much more defensive energy now from Glasgow. Here he goes to work and puts up the little floater. Gentle touch around the basket. He's picked it up off the ironwork. He has another go. This time it doesn't go. 11 on the shot clock this time. The 3 attempt, no good. It's out of bounds, and that is going to be a Glasgow ball. Wolves would have wanted something from that. 4 shot attempts and no points out of that lot. 13 is the difference inside the last 5 minutes of the ball game now. Isa Brandon for Glasgow. Brandon drives inside. Good patient play out the double team. He just couldn't get it to go. Again, managed to kick it out to Queedy for 3, no good. Wolves have it. Good work from Worcester to keep that alive. They've kept the clock running. Brandon Anderson now for the Wolves. Five on the shot clock. Oh my goodness me, get it inside to Kimball. What a great finish from him. Lovely move. Patient play from Jordan Williams. Lamar Kimball. Off the window. Bankers open again for Isa Brandon. Foul called Johnny Bunyan. And 13 is the lead. Worcester just keeping a little bit of fresh air between themselves and the Rocks. But Worcester have it again as time begins to drain away in this game. Anderson, Kimball, Lamar Kimball, step back. And he tried the same thing in reverse. This time it didn't work. Keeling, kick it out to Brandon. That was a great turn. Delph duly delivers. 13 points for him in the game. Now, lead is down to 5. It's a 5-point game. Worcester need to find some scores here. We said it might go down the stretch, and it's looking that way. This could be a dramatic finish here. 6. There is the 2. 3-point ball game, would you believe it? 2:45 to play. So Worcester, again, got to keep their composure. They certainly don't want Matt Newby saying we don't want defeat from the jaws of victory. Lamar Kimball. Johnny Bunyan calling the travel. Referee instead is calling the foul, pushing foul, end line ball. Obviously foul on the floor. Rocks with that are on 4. And Gareth Murray, obviously they've pulled this right back to a 3-point game. 2:34 to play, but that 4 could be very, very significant indeed. Still Brian Manning who leads all scorers in the game. Lamar Kimball. That was a beautiful move. Lawson just dived inside to scoop the points up. 5-point game. Isa Brandon drives inside. Out of bounds, Wolves ball. So, timeout called. Glasgow Rocks. Gareth Murray's got to draw something up here. Glasgow, 5 points to deficit for them. There's only 2:10 to play. Everything to play for. It could all happen. So just looking down that leaderboard right now, Brian Manning 21, Williams 18, Brandon Anderson with 14. Great to finish. It's got to be an offensive effort from Worcester at this point in the game. They won't be comfortable, certainly, with that level of advantage, and I think conversely probably Rocks now drawing up something to make sure that they contain that that inside threat, because Worcester doing a great job of getting inside. And Glasgow have come right back into this game. 5 points it is, and we don't have long to find out. 2 minutes 10 until we get to the end of the ball game. So teams will come out of the huddle now, and well, certainly couldn't have scripted it, that's for sure. So we said in our run-up tonight, will that depth make a difference? I think the answer to that is resoundingly yes. Will the veteran play and the experience make the difference for Glasgow? And I think the answer to that is definitely yes. So I think it's fair to say we probably called that, and Gareth Murray not featured heavily in this game. Spent most of this game calling from the side, but Bunyan has put a bit of a shift in, Johnny Bunyan. Back in, away again. So Kimball into NBA. NBA's going to work. Oh, he got let loose there, NBA, but he couldn't finish. He just managed to keep the ball alive. 5 points the difference now. And it's going to be kick ball, Glasgow ball. So 14 on the shot clock on the inbounds ball. So I think Anderson was saying, what else was I supposed to do? But 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, really. So Isa Brown and Johnny Bunyan looks at the three. This time he hits the three, doesn't go. Anderson this time doesn't get his foot to the ball. Jordan Williams comes up with it. Williams now backing down. He's got a bit of a mismatch there. If he goes to work, he opts to kick it out. This time Anderson high, banks it in off the glass. Good work. Pushes the lead out to 7 points inside the last minute of the game now. Keeling drives in to lay it in off the glass. Here comes Lamar Kimball again. Lamar Kimball, 18 points so far in the game. Hawk-eyed among you would notice it was 8 rather than 18. But there we go. And with that, Quaidy has fouled out of the ball game. So for the last 39 seconds, he's going to sit this one out. It's 5 points the difference. 39.9 seconds to play. Rocks in the bonus now. So no fouls to give. And Jordan Williams can't connect with the first of those two. So sets for the second. Doesn't connect with either of them. So 30 seconds to find 5 points. Handed off to Isa Brandon. Isa Brandon this time can't finish. Williams has it. He's bundled off the ball. And Anderson is fouled. Will go to the line. So now in the foul game. Anderson saved far. $16 points for him so far in the game. Brandon Anderson for Worcester. So now, big shots. What is his new home floor? Doesn't make the first of those two. 5 points with 26.5 seconds. So Glasgow have to manage the clock now if they're going to win this game. Brandon Anderson sets for the second. You can almost hear a pin drop in here. Makes the second of those two. It's one of those times when 2,000 people in here would literally lift the roof off. Here comes Keeling for Glasgow, just loses his footing. Keeling puts up the two, makes it. And now, foul again, so 4 points the difference, and now the foul game is well and truly on. 16.2 seconds, so not much off the clock in that offence. And referee signalling two, so Lamar Kimball is on the line. Sets for the first. It's like so for those of you who might be familiar with a bit of snooker, it sounds like the Crucible here. But so making myself laugh. Should never laugh at your own jokes. Kimball, picture perfect with the second of those two. So now, and he's picked off the inbounds pass. Surely that'll do it if he goes back to the line. 9 seconds off the clock. It was 19.1. It is now 10.1 off that inbounds ball. So Mark Kimball back on the line for Worcester. Doesn't make the first again. 6 points the difference, and that'll probably do it at this stage in the game, unless two rapid threes come in quick succession. And he doesn't make either of them. So now it's a question of a defensive stand. It's been knocked out, and that's going to be all she wrote, I think. 2.2 seconds. It'll be ball and buzzer. It looks like Johnny Bunyan will just get this inbound, and with that, there it is. It's the final buzzer here in Worcester, and the Worcester Wolves have taken their second league win of the season here. 83 points to 77, a huge contribution from all of the new imports, particularly Brandon Anderson, 17 points from him. Matthew Bryan and Manning leading all scorers in the game with 21. Keeling leading things for Glasgow, 20 points from him. Isa Brandon predictably putting up some good numbers, 14 from him and 6 rebounds. And Delph with 13, bringing up the rear of the top three for the Glasgow Rocks. Well, that's going to be all she wrote here from the Worcester Arena. Until next time, I hope you've enjoyed the game. From me, Julian and all our friends here on the production team in Worcester, take care, and we'll see you soon.